Hello, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Hi, this is Ganesh Naik. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And I also help and guide students who are preparing for FRM and CF exam. So we have with us one of our students, Areeb. He cleared the FRM Level 1 exam in the November 2022 attempt, and he had taken our question bank series to prepare for the same. Now he's going to be talking about his journey, his way of preparation, what was the order of preparation, what challenges he faced, and how he was able to clear these. Sorry, thank you very much, first of all, for taking out time and talking to us and giving insights to your journey. So thank you for that. And
Yeah.
for the benefit of the audience, just give a brief about what has been your work experience and when you decided to go for FRM.
Actually, I was pursuing CA before this, and I
Hmm.
cleared my CA intermediate, and I was doing my articleship for 3 years, but I wasn't able to clear it all the way through, and I felt kind of stuck, and I was looking for a change of field. So at
Hmm.
that time, one of my friends suggested me FRM. I was either confused before between FRM or CFA, and I eventually chose FRM. I saw a lot of YouTube videos, like what is the job profile, what type of jobs you get on that. So it
Right.
took me some, I took some months, tried to decide which field to pursue. Then I chose with FRM, and most of the lectures that I saw on YouTube was yours. So I
Okay.
started that. So it was around uh, May, June around. I started with the FRM. So I watched your YouTube revision lectures. And that is how I planned to study. But I did felt like I had to do more questions related stuff.
Okay.
So, I mean, I referred the Shweza material.
Hmm.
So I used to watch your lectures, go through the notes. I didn't make separate notes by my own.
Okay.
So I used to like mark it in the notes itself, like the important parts,
Okay.
whichever, whatever you suggested, like the important ones, used to ask us to star mark it and all that.
Okay. And so from May, June, what was the
Yeah.
normal time that you were dedicating? How much hours you were sitting?
May, June, I wasn't working. Actually, I was planning to go for the August attempt initially.
Acha.
I thought there was an exam on August 7th, I guess. Yeah, I was planning to go for that. But then I spoke to you about it. I hadn't done any test series, like proper test series at that time, and you suggested that I should delay it till November and prepare properly. So I did that, and was definitely a better thing to do. Or else I definitely
Okay.
wouldn't have cleared.
Yeah, because you need solving, you
Yeah.
need practice. But so, in terms of hours, you were able to dedicate 2 to 3 hours properly on a daily basis from May,
At
or
that time, I wasn't working. I
okay,
was at home full time, so I was dedicating more than that. So like around 1.5 month, I was doing at least like 4 to 5 hours daily. So
okay,
I finished my like video lectures and like first reading type in that time, like before registering, because the for August registration, the registration was ending on July 30th.
31st, 31st.
Yeah, I didn't register to the last like week because I wasn't sure if I could do it at that time or not.
Okay. And so you are still doing the articleship. Articleship is
No,
the
actually, I
finals are
cleared
done.
my 3 years articleship.
Okay,
Okay,
but your
after that,
final is
I
pending.
switched. Yeah,
Your
my
final
final
is
is
pending.
pending.
Okay, okay. And now, so which book you felt slightly tricky, or which book you felt was easy for you because of your CA background?
I initially thought, I didn't know much about the book 3 and 4. I thought quants and the first one was like the introduction type. So I thought both of them would be easy, but I found quants a bit challenging because I require a bit of understanding before like, studying. Like I want to know exactly where it is used properly, and quants, like most of it is explained, but there's like formula based, which you can't
Hmm.
like you just have to go with
Remember.
it. Yeah, remember some of the stuff. And I don't like I'm not good with that, so that was a little bit
Okay,
challenging for me.
okay. And then, so you completed your reading. You did reading come first, and then you started solving.
Yeah, Yeah.
right? So reading was completed by what? July end? You're done with the reading?
Yeah, July, and I was done with the reading, first reading and lectures.
Okay. And then you started with the solving of the question bank. So how much time did that took?
Yeah, but after August, I took a job because there was like a 3 months gap. And
Okay.
I mean, I knew I didn't need it that much time, like the whole 3 months to prepare for the exam. So I started working. So when I started, so it took a month to adjust. I couldn't get enough time. But
Okay.
then I started your test series, and it was chapter wise test. I didn't
Hmm.
used to solve the test like with the time limit because
Okay.
I didn't get like time at whole at once. I used to study
Okay.
in bits. I mean, I'm in office. I get an hour or so, so I used to study at that time. So I used to
Okay.
uh, refer to the PDF part with the
Yes,
solution.
yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I can like do it in breaks.
Okay. 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 So, but you were not worried that, okay, I might face challenge in terms of time management in the exam, the final exam?
Yeah, it did but like my past, I mean, while preparing for the CA exam, think
Okay.
that is like one thing I picked from that, like time management stuff, because in those exams, you never finish in the papers most of the time. And yeah, they
Okay.
were like 4 hours, so I was like pretty confident that I would be able to complete it in that time.
Okay. And did you give my mocks exams and GARP mock exam before the actual exam you went?
No, I didn't give the GAR exam. I just gave one in your test series course. I gave two of them. I couldn't
What was
complete
the
the rest.
score? What was the score that you were getting on an average?
So it was around 60.
60. Okay. And then when you went to the exam date,
Yeah.
so what happened in that first 1 hour?
First one, yeah, there was like I was doing questions. Some I found a bit tricky, and I was struggling with a bit with the calculation part because I wasn't much focused on that. I thought
Okay.
I had better understanding, but like the one you have to remember,
Hmm.
I was struggling with that. Like remember formulas, I was struggling with that part of it because I couldn't recall some of the formulas, and I do feel I could have done better in that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
first 1 or 2 hours, I was pretty sure that I would finish it on time before time. But by the end, it was a different story. I almost reached till the 4 hour mark. At that time, I was able to finish it. So
Okay.
yeah, time
Okay.
management is required, and that was a kind of mistake that I made.
Okay. So if you would have solved a few more mocks, you would have
Yeah,
been more
yeah.
prepared for it. But
Hmm.
how many theory and how many calculation questions you got?
Theory was around 25%, I guess, and the rest were like conceptual, that type of questions. Well,
So 25% calculation and
no, no,
rest
sorry,
theory.
25% calculation were there, and the rest were then
So
75%.
in those 25 questions, you were able to solve all of them properly or?
No, I wasn't able to. I'm pretty sure I missed around 4 or 5. Like I couldn't remember the formulas, so I just
Okay.
skipped it, focused on the rest of the part, and
Okay.
hope for the best.
And the theory, was it very tricky or was it manageable? I mean, in the sense you read, you understand what is
Hmm.
happening, you understand which option to pick up, or was it very, very tricky?
I usually was stuck in like two options in most of the questions. Like I wasn't sure which one to go for, but most of them by like manageable type. Around 50, 40% people was like I knew what I was doing, and the rest I had to like eliminate the options and do it that type of questions.
Okay, okay. So till your exam date, you had gone through Swedger how many times?
I did the Shweza till the July end, and then when I started your test series, I used to solve the questions, and the questions which I didn't like recall exactly what was the matter, I used to go back to the books. I mean,
Okay,
I used to like do the test series while traveling mostly. So I used to
okay,
note down the topics which I'm like weak in, and when I used to get back home, I used to sit to study. I used to revise those topics like in whole,
right.
like where was the question asked from, because while studying for it, I thought this was like the main part in the chapter which I had to focus. But when I solved the test series, it was like picking up questions from the other part. So that is what I realized while solving the test series.
Okay, but
I
you
mean, I have to
comfortably
focus on the
the other part, but you comfortably completed
yeah.
two readings of the Swagger?
Not I wasn't able to complete it totally, almost 80% second reading.
Second reading 80%. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what were the quartiles that you got in the exam?
I got in paper one and two, I got third quartile, and the rest two, I got second quartile.
It's 3322,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, because I was talking to one of my students. He got 4322, and he failed in the first attempt, in one of the
So,
attempts, May 2022. So because of that first book, he got
but
failed. So this was also in that first and second book, you were in the borderline. अगर थोड़ा सा भी नीचे आता, it would have been slightly
okay.
tough. But
I mean,
now,
second book I was expecting not to perform so well, but first book I thought I'll do well, but I didn't do.
actually, first book, a lot of people underestimate because of its
Yeah.
theoretical
Yeah.
nature. But in the exam, they combined risk culture, enterprise
Yeah.
risk management in so detail that
Mm.
you get confused with the options most of the time. So
Yeah.
one more thing which I want to understand is for a CA student, how this exam is different from CA. But I'm trying
Yeah.
to understand the structure of the exam.
Yeah, structure it is. I felt it was more focused on what you have to do, FRM course, and CA is more like it makes you have to put in the hours, more hours in the
Okay.
CA exam. Like you have to do it repetitively again and again. You just have to you have to
Hmm.
every question you have to do it 100%, and even then you have to just pray that you clear the exam. And in FRM, you have a better understanding of what you want to do. Like you can see it how they're trying to explain. It's more understandable the course.
Okay.
It's more structured.
So the way you are preparing for your CA exam, so you use the similar strategy over here, or was it slightly different to prepare?
It was a bit different. I was more uh, actually saw one of your video. You said you have to solve as many questions as you can for the FRM level one. So that was like my main focus. I was like, I'll do as many questions as I can. And when I started doing it, I realized that that is the way to go. I mean, as many questions I solve, I'll be more comfortable in the exam because it is MCQ based. So I was
Right.
just focusing on that. And hours wise, yeah, I was comfortable doing that because I had already been studying for long hours. So that's-
Okay, perfect. So now after the exam results are out, your friend, family, if your office people, for example, they knew about you getting cleared. So what has been the reaction of people?
I'm very shocked that I had finally cleared an exam in the first attempt. Yeah, the family and friends were quite happy.
Wonderful, wonderful. And top three tips from your side for the FRM level one student from your experience of preparation, what they should do.
First, and my favorite tip would be like solve as many questions as you can. Like rather than like go finishing first reading and starting the second reading, it should better that you should just start solving the questions and then revise accordingly with it. And second tip would be like pick the subject you want to start first because it helps you understand better. Like
Mm.
some concepts which are related in the book three. So you should start book three first and then go in depth. So you will understand the whole course in general, like what are they trying to teach you. I saw a video about it and I did that and it was quite helpful to me.
Okay. Third one.
And third would be whatever time I gave it like honestly. I mean, I took some late nighters and all that, and I just I wanted to clear it because anyhow, and you should I mean, if you want to do it, only get there, or else you should be focused on what you want to do. Because I have done it, I've switched fields, and I know how it works. And I wasn't
Okay.
that focused in CA with how I am in FRM.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Areeb. I mean, your time that you've given to us to talk about your journey and how you prepared, how you started out with the your crash course. You went through entirely, then you started solving, focused on it, gave times and solved questions while traveling. So all of this is really going to be motivational for other students to prepare for the exam and go for it also in a dedicated and a proper manner. So thank you very much for taking out time and talking to us and giving insights on your journey.